now we go to the analyst test to break down the action.
Oh, that was really interesting last few rounds. I thought, like, you know, we sent in our MVP votes, right? We're like, wait, hold on.
Hold on.
We could take that back, right? Because it was so close. It could have gone, you know, it could have easily gone DFM's way, especially that last round.
Especially that last round until Polvi comes in from heaven, and that's just the thing about global esports right now, especially in this matchup. I mean, what a way to close out the day. What a way to close out this series, because DFM definitely put up some big numbers as well, but when it came down to it, global esports, I mean, you had Polvi putting up some great performances. Russ was doing incredible things as well, and you have to admire the calling throughout this entire map, because once they swapped over onto that attacking side, so many of their executes were successful.
I was just really happy we got what I was asking for, which was DFM kind of bouncing back, GE in a good spot mentally, and what should be a close map, and we absolutely had a super close map. I mean, we just barely missed overtime. Last round was insane. A lot of the last bunch of rounds were very, very close. Easily DFM could have taken more, GE could have taken more. Just going either way, like so many clutches to both sides. Just a really enjoyable third map to bring us some really great action. As I mean, like DFM, they really stuck through with it. Like towards the end, they got so close, and
so close.
a lot of you know, jaws were agape at the end of that one for sure.
Oh yeah, and I know that, you know, going into our predictions, we have Achilles as the only one who voted for DFM. I know that, like, okay, let's acknowledge that. Let's acknowledge that. But, you know, DFM is just one of those teams that, like, you find yourself rooting for, even at the very end, right? I mean, like, you know, for GE, it's obviously congratulations to them. They still, you know, the journey is not done for them. But for DFM, you kind of have that hope still for the team.
Yeah, you can't help but feel for him. I mean, like, it's so close. And I mean, like, throughout the whole match, even just starting things off in the first map, I mean, what a way to kick things off. And then when you come into Ascent, they have this composition. They're still running it. There are so many impressive plays coming out from, you know, May, for example, with that showstopper in the B main. But I want to give, like, a huge shout out to, like, actually Medusa. This guy, you know, has been, like, quiet throughout most of stage 1. But on this map, he, like, there were some moments where, you know, the toxic screen, Polvi made use of it against him and stuff. But he actually responded in kind, started landing a lot of his shots, started taking initiative to go for these fights. And that's what keeps DFM in this game. That's why you can feel so much from it, because it wasn't just GE fighting in this map. It was DFM trying to show that, you know, we've improved. We're here to fight. We're giving it our all. Maybe we don't win at the end, but we still definitely tried.
Yeah, they definitely brought the fight so close. And I hope for this roster, right, of DFM, I mean, there is improvement already. You can see how closely they're able to bring, you know, a series even to teams like, you know, that we thought that they wouldn't stand a chance against. Like, you know, going back to last year, we would think like, oh, well, of course, this team is going to win over DFM. But they're able now to bring the series so
That certainly can
my
tug at the
God.
heartstrings a little bit, where it's like, oh, you know, head in hands for some of the players, and some of the fans can't even believe it. I mean, what is there really to say? I actually put in my MVP vote for May as well. I'm like, just in case if we do go to overtime, I don't want to, like, I'm like, you know, I think May had so many clutch moments. I think that he did a lot of carrying for all three maps personally, but, you know, as we talked about at the top of this series as well, like, everybody really stepped it up alongside of him. Even Cess, who's kind of at the bottom in terms of the numbers here, he had some big moments as well, like, that were really clutch, like the paranoia in the tree right there at the end, just to, like, solidify it and bring them super close and bring them to that last round. So shout out to them. GE keep their hopes alive as well at playoffs, which is another cool story, and we'll have to wait and see how far that goes.
Yeah, it's for GE, it seems like it's out of the frying pan and into the fire at the moment, because now they'll have to wait and see. And that's, you know, as of course, as a professional team, as an athlete, that is excruciating, because it's not in your hands anymore. There's nothing you can do. You just have to sit and wait for the numbers to actually roll in. And right now, you know, it's it again looks really, really close. And, I would be very, very uncomfortable if I were in GE's shoes, just because it's like, there is absolutely nothing you can do. You just have to stay there and you have to watch something happen.
Wow, it actually could go to round differential or, well, map diff maybe. Because what they're counting on is for either, Bleed to lose or win, and there could be a three-way tie if T1 wins as well. Oh my god, the possibilities.
Yeah, if T1 win with a 2-1 score, they would have same match win-loss and same map diff. And I guess it could potentially go to round diff at that case, which would just be insane. But maybe we have T1 in playoffs instead.
At the very least, though, it's like, congratulations to GE. They can rest easy for now, because after putting such a performance like that, with all those kills going that way, I mean, that one round when Rust popped the null command at the right time just to deny May that.
Yeah,
oh
exactly.
my god.
Genius moments. It's those sparks of brilliance, really, that really lets you see, the potential of GE. I really don't think that a team like this has reached, their final form yet. They haven't reached that cap yet because there is just so much. There are so many brains on this team, right? There is infinite potential on this, and they're just getting started here in Pacific. We've talked a lot about how the chemistry doesn't seem to be right just yet. We're seeing flashes of it now, but I do think that this team still has a long, long way to go, which makes me so excited, actually, for even the rest of the run here in VCT, right? Any closing thoughts as we reach the end of our show?
I mean, just, I don't know. I'm like that fan at the end of that. I'm just like, oh my god. Yeah. What a series. What a treat to watch
What
this.
a way to end it. Yeah. Amazing.
I feel like I just saw a really awesome movie, and I'm just sitting there in shock in my chair. I'm like, whoa, that was awesome. I gotta tell my friends about it. It was just a lot of fun, and I'm just really happy that both of the teams really showed up there in map 3 to make it close and make it interesting.
Absolutely. It was indeed a series to remember. And congratulations to GE. That is it for us on the desk. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to send you over to Jen, who is on stage for our post-game interview.
Thank you, guys. I am now standing here with Global Esports Rust. Now, massive congrats, Rust. Today got a little bit dicey towards the end, but playoffs still doable for GE. So how do you feel at the moment?
Well, all I can say is tomorrow I'm going to be a Zeta fan, so I'll leave it up to them.
Will you be, coming down on stage? I mean, over in the crowd and holding up the Zeta sign as well?
Probably not. I'm going to be home, watch party. Going to be watching with the boys, and just hope for the best.
Yeah, definitely rooting for Zeta, so you guys can advance to the playoffs. Now, Ascent, especially towards the end, was really close. I thought it was going to go to overtime. So what was on your mind at that moment? Did you feel like you guys were going to win? Were you confident enough that it wouldn't go overtime?
I mean, to some point, yeah, obviously we were confident. It's just some rounds kind of went, to the west. I think DFM played a good game as well. The individuals were stopping us with the Odin and stuff. And honestly, that was the reason it kept them in the game. It felt like our trades were really off because of that.
Yeah.
But other than that, props to DFM for giving us a good game.
And also, I just want to talk about your dominant win on Lotus, because Spin actually mentioned in the interview before that mentally resetting in between maps was something that you guys keep working on, and it's something that needed more work on. And it looked like it worked today. So what was the conversation behind the stage after split coming into Lotus?
We mainly discussed about our communication. Our communication was a bit too hectic, I guess you can say.
Yeah.
And obviously that caused a lot of panic situations and stuff, and it was hard to trade because of that. But other than that, we just fixed up on that, and we went to the next game, and we were shooting great after that, and that's all it was for us.
So communication was overcrowded, but for you especially, Lotus, I feel like best map in stage 1 for you. So what went well, especially for you?
I pretty much calmed myself down. I was struggling to trade Polvi, and I just told myself, just have a reset. We just did some breathing, meditation, and just go win this next game. And I felt very sharp.
Nice job. Well, next up, you guys have done everything you could do. Now all you have to do is wait and pray to God that Zeta wins tomorrow. So what will be in your prayers tonight?
Well, I'll leave it up to God, obviously, but For me, I'll be on stream watching the Zeta game. I'll be cheering for them. Whatever energy I have, I'll give it all to them and hope for the best.
That energy.
Yeah.
Right. Take the win energy, Zeta.
Yeah.
All right. Congratulations, and we'll see what happens. But job well done. So have a good night, well deserved, and thank you for the interview.
Thank you.
Now that was Russ with the post-match interview, and that's all we have for today. But tune in tomorrow because we have T1 facing Zeta and Team Secret facing Talent Esports. Now we'll see you tomorrow.
Enemy remaining. One enemy remaining. One enemy remaining. One enemy remaining. Thirty seconds left. One enemy. Last player standing. One. Spike down A. 10 seconds left. Thirty seconds left. One enemy remaining.